a father realizes his son is a murderer. Dr. Insanity.
They crashed the car, police chasing them. They went one way, he went another way.
When you look at that video,
I was just in the last video, I just was talking about that. Aren't they trained to jump over a fence like that?
to you, that is Hakeem Robinson, your son, Hakeem Robinson.
Oh.
On the 15th of January 2020, a police officer witnessed one of the most brutal and heartless killings of the decade. The killer was still unknown, however, police had their suspicions. In an attempt to get more information, they brought in rapper K-Su's dad, where they would break the news to him that his son was part of a murder. What followed is one of the most...
Oh, he's a rapper? Well, he got a lawyer, so probably that's sick.
Most shocking and unexpected moments in interrogation history.
They call it the story.
I think that's a lawyer right next to him, right?
On the story saying that killing the toes done.
Abdul Robinson Sr. was the leader of a violent gang in Jacksonville, Florida, and brought his sons along with him. One of these was Hakeem Robinson, better known as K-Su, a rapper that had recently been fighting with another rapper online, Charles McCormick, aka Lil Buck, had released a diss track on Hakeem. Just weeks later, dashcam footage captured McCormick being shot dead by a man with an assault rifle. A manhunt ensued before Hakeem and 3 other men in total were arrested in connection with the murder. Later, Hakeem's father was also brought in for questioning and told that they thought his son had brutally murdered a man and would likely be spending life in prison. But what police didn't expect was the reaction they would get from his father.
I was gonna say, especially when you're raised around that stuff, like, I mean, dude's doing the same thing his dad's doing, being a rapper too. He's probably listening to everything his dad's saying too. I mean, you're really just picking up everything just like him.
Mr. Robinson, again, Joel Cooper with the State Attorney's Office, here to take a sworn statement from you. If you would, please raise your right hand. Mr. Robinson, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
You understand that the oath you just took is just like taking an oath in court.
Dude, he looks so bored and like dejected and like don't care. Like, he already knows what's going on, I think.
And that if you lie in a material way, that is a felony. It's called perjury, punishable by up to 5 years in prison. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
The detective asks Abdul a few more questions, confirming the oath and ensuring that he isn't under the influence or being threatened. He then checks some details and moves on to discuss the murder of Charles McCormick.
Now, today you're obviously familiar with the person.
Yes, sir.
Okay. As it relates to your case.
Yes, sir.
And his nickname.
Yes.
Are you aware of a song put out prior to him being shot and killed in January 2020?
Yes, sir.
Dude, didn't they make a new thing that they can't use songs against rappers now? I think. I don't know for sure.
And what was your understanding of what that song was about?
It was a diss song about.
So you said a diss song?
Yes.
Did Hakeem Robinson know about the song?
Yes, sir.
Did he ever talk to you about the song?
Yeah.
And how did he feel about the song?
He didn't like it.
Before the murder of McCormick, there had been a long-standing beef between the two gangs ATK and KTA, with multiple bodies lying in its wake. Being the leader of ATK, it's obvious he would have known parts.
Dude, are they beefing because they got the same letters? Or is there some real substantial beef here?
About this, but he maintains he was never directly involved. However, it's as we come closer to McCormick's murder that things get cloudier for Abdul. He mentions that 2 of his sons had shown the song to him, and none of them liked it. What's worse,
They said it was trash, Dad. You made some fire garbage.
For him is that directly after the murder, he received multiple phone calls from suspects directly asking for a ride away from the scene.
Now, going again back to January 15th of 2020, that day, were you called by Abdul Robinson Jr., your son?
Yes, sir.
And was that from a number that you recognized as belonging to him?
Yes, sir.
What did he want?
He wanted me to go pick up Scotty.
Okay. Did you also get phone calls from Leroy Whitaker?
Yes, sir.
And what did he want?
Telling me where he was at to come pick him up.
Did he tell you if he was alone or did he have anybody with him?
No, he said him and Butter was together.
So Leroy Whitaker and Dominique Barner.
Having direct involvement in such a high-profile case obviously doesn't put Abdul in the best position. In fact, the cops actually suspect him of being a direct accessory to the murder.
I was gonna say he probably knows about it. That's why his demeanor, like he don't care still.
But Abdul has played this game for a long time. He knows that he must maintain his innocence for as long as possible, leading to his harrowing admission later in the case. But while he's being complicit in answering questions, the cops decide to try and extract as much information about this case as possible, and dive further into what happened when Abdul picked Leroy up.
Oh, he was next to a crash car.
Did that car crash? Was it on the street or in a yard? Do you remember?
Like it was kind of like in a ditch or a yard. Yeah, it looked like it might have been in like a ditch or something.
So was that near a house?
Yes.
Like in the front yard of a house?
Yes.
Abdul picked Leroy up from next to a crashed car, the same car that had fled the scene directly after the shooting. This vehicle actually proved to be the downfall of the entire case. After crashing, Hakeem, Leroy, and another man named Dominique Barner all fled the scene, and two of them were captured on security footage running across.
Oh, dude, that wasn't a cop. That was one of the dudes.
Nearby gardens. Leroy and Dominique eventually ended up storming into a couple's home before holding a woman hostage, switching clothes, and calling Abdul. But this is where they slipped up. As they were making the call, the terrified woman managed to make out their conversation and got a perfect look at Dominique's tattoos, allowing her to identify him and
Oh, dude, not the tattoos, not your creative expression.
instantly pick him out of a line of suspects. This mistake got Hakeem and every single one of his assailants caught, but they weren't necessarily connected with the murder yet. That was until Abdul.
Dude, how would you feel you got 3 of your friends caught because you got a tattoo and then you got spotted? Oh.
Said this.
What do you specifically remember them saying?
They crashed the car. There's police chasing them. And Kim jumped out the car. They went one way, he went another way.
Did they say whether or not Hakeem Robinson, Keamy, had anything with him when he jumped out of the car?
Yeah, they say he had a gun with him.
Did Leroy Whitaker and Dominic Barner mention to you if anything had been left behind in the car after it crashed?
Yep, they said they left a gun in the car behind.
Okay, let me rephrase that. Before the car crashed, did Dominic Barner and Leroy Whitaker say anything about what someone in the car maybe was going to do as they fled from the police?
Oh, yeah, shoot at the police.
And who was going to specifically be the one shooting?
Kim.
Dude, why would you even say that though? Like, even if you're gonna do it, why would you tell both of them that that's what the plan? Like, what kind of a plan is that?
While no gun was actually found in the crashed vehicle, it's starting to become clearer and clearer how little Abdul is holding back. Remember, Hakeem is his own son, and he's currently the #1 suspect in a murder investigation. While he's under oath, he must tell the truth. That doesn't mean he has to answer any of the detective's questions, though.
Yeah, what is this guy on the side doing? I mean, he's just sitting there texting, falling asleep the whole dang time. Like,
But he's choosing to willingly answer every single one, sparing no details. So far, he's told him all of the details of the day, the fact that he had a gun on that day, and that he was planning to shoot at police while fleeing from them. But even after all of this, he's still not done snitching.
In addition to that information, did you learn about being shot and killed?
Yes, sir.
And who told you that?
Scotty explained to me that it was a guy that got shot. It was a little while back before this situation at a gas station that made the song.
So Leroy Whitaker was explaining to you it was a person that had been shot once before?
Yes, sir.
And who shot him the time before?
He did.
Scotty?
Scotty.
And the reason was because of a song that he put out?
Yes, sir.
And so when he told you that information, were you aware of who this person was?
Yes, sir.
Abdul has now confirmed a motive for the shooting, stated directly that the reason for the shooting was the song and long-standing feud between Hakeem and McCormick, and even stating that Leroy had shot McCormick once in the past. However, while it might not seem like it, possibly the most incriminating statement of all here was when he said he knew the victim before Leroy even mentioned it. He makes it clear that he's known about McCormick and the possible plans to get revenge on him for a while, which can easily be used as a way to argue that the murder was premeditated. And if Abdul knew that McCormick was the victim before he'd mentioned it, it heavily implies that there had been discussions about it previously, increasing Hakeem's sentence drastically. It seems that all respect he had for his son has gone out the window, and he's...
I mean, yeah. I mean, come on, man. I mean, he went the whole time without doing that, supposedly, or without getting caught, at least. You know? Well, how you mess it up like that?
fully fessing up to the cops on his behalf. This is when Abdul decides to fully seal the deal and makes a harrowing admission that would shock the detectives, ruin his reputation as a gangster, and seal his son's fate forever.
Did you see anything
Dang, why is he doing that? Why is he just saying everything? Usually they're bucking a little bit. I mean, he's literally just spilling.
on social media posted by your son Hakeem Robinson that concerned you?
Yes, sir.
And what was that specifically?
They call it the story. It's on the story saying that killing the toes done.
Was that like an Instagram
Yeah,
story?
Instagram story.
Get my toes done? What's that?
And was that something that was posted by Hakeem Robinson?
Yes, sir.
When you saw that, were you upset?
Yes, sir.
Did you try and reach out and speak to Hakeem Robinson?
Yes, sir.
And when you spoke to him, what did you tell him?
I told him you need to take that down.
Did he deny being involved when you told him to take that down?
No.
Now, as part of the discovery in this case, you've had an opportunity with your attorney to watch what I'll refer to as a dash cam video, a video that actually recorded the murder of Charles McCormick. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And you've watched that.
Yes, sir.
Now, when you watched that video, could you see what the shooter was wearing?
Yes, sir.
Could you see how the shooter ran?
Yes, sir.
How the shooter moved?
Yes, sir.
Did you also see the firearm that was used?
Yes, sir.
Now, when you watched that video of the murder of Charles McCormick, did you recognize the shooter?
Yes, sir.
Who was the shooter in that video?
Hakeem Robinson.
Your son, Hakeem Robinson.
Yes, sir.
Without so much as a moment of hesitation, Abdul deals 2 devastating blows to Hakeem's
Snitch.
case that would later be used against him in court to charge him. Not only did he willingly give evidence to the police that they didn't have regarding the Instagram story, he told them Hakeem didn't deny killing McCormick, and directly told them that the man in the dashcam footage who shot McCormick was without a shadow of a doubt his own son. Since this interview, Hakeem was also accused of killing a 16-year-old boy named Adrian
Bro,
Gaynor,
what are you
aka
doing?
Bibby, and pleaded not guilty for both first-degree murders.
Dude, that dude's young. Like, how is that even that's so, you don't even have the time, bro. That's great. 2
As of
people.
right now, his case is still ongoing, but regardless of the outcome, his entire life has been flipped upside down, all thanks to his dad.
Oh, no, he's a little older than I was thinking, but nah, he's done, bro. He's gonzo.
For telling the police
Man, what a-
everything.
W video, that was really good. I love that. I'm gonna drop the like, and then this one is gonna be the next one. A killer teen realizes he's been arrested.